is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about if domination is worth it for you guys to complete in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Now, here's the deal, guys. Domination is always just a really long grind, and I'm one, I don't necessarily love grinding domination. Now, we're going to be talking about the pros, cons, all of that, but I'll start with this. Before you grind domination, okay, watch my video on how to beat domination. I mean, you can win, but you're going to want a better team. The better team you have going into domination, the better off you are going to be. If you go out there with the starting lineup like I've got right now, you're probably going to ultimately struggle that little bit. So just something to kind of keep in the back of your guys' minds and think about. You're going to want a decent amount or a decent squad going into domination. Now, for every domination win you get 4,000 MT plus the 1,000 MT at the bottom in superstar difficulty, win the game by at least 15 points. So for every single domination win you get, it's 5,000 MT, okay? And you guys can see for 15 stars, you get an extra 2,500 MT. So if you play 5 games of domination, you're looking at right around 30,000 MT. So does that mean it's worth it? I mean, it depends. It really does depend. Because if you go into triple threat offline, right, and you grind that, are you going to make as much MT in your time? Probably about the same, right? And so it just depends ultimately what you're wanting to do. If you are really high on De'Aaron Fox, that might be something that's worth it for you guys. And I do believe in current domination, if you do beat like the All-Stars, you get every bronze badge in the game. You get every silver badge in the game, as well as you get every gold badge in the game for beating the All-NBA MyTEAM. So again, just something to think about as you are looking at whether domination is worth it for you guys or not. There are a lot of different variables. Again, do you want to, grind this over triple threat? Do you want to grind this over, clutch time? That's the big question. My whole thing is this. The one thing I'll say about domination is it doesn't go towards Brandon Roy. If you had to get De'Aaron Fox to go get Brandon Roy, I would say 100% domination is worth it for you guys. Because, I mean, you get a good foundation of MT. And again, I don't know right now at the time I'm recording this, what the requirements are for Pau Gasol even. But if you get a lot of MT, which I'm guessing you might even get more for all-time domination, if you complete both of these, you might be looking at a ridiculous amount of MT. Just let me do some quick math for you guys really quickly as far as MT is concerned, because you're probably looking at, 180, probably 200,000 for completing current dom, probably at least 200,000 for the next dom, so 400,000 MT, as well as De'Aaron Fox, Pau Gasol, and other rewards as you do go through it. So is domination worth it? That's the ultimate question. For me personally, it's going to be the last thing I do. Because, again, that's just me and my opinion. It could be the first thing you guys do. I personally would rather get triple threat offline done. I would rather get clutch time offline done. I would rather have a really good squad going and playing a tough, which is domination's tough domination, than to try to get through domination, lose a couple of games, and then set yourself back. So that's just kind of the one thing I would say about it. Domination, I would say, might be worth it for you guys. I think it probably is for the majority of you guys, but it is not the first thing I would do. I would try to get at least if you have the Giannis and Wemby, that probably is enough if you have this front court duo, but I would probably at least try to get, I don't know, whoever else, whether it's Sapphire Steph, whether it is, a better small forward, just try to get a little better team. It doesn't have to be great, but even the Desmond Bane, right? The Ruby Desmond Bane can help you guys out a ton, because as much as I can beat domination even with golds, it just makes things way more difficult on you guys. But I feel like this year, 2K did a really good job of balancing everything basically the same. Like, obviously, you could play a triple threat offline game and get 600 MT. That takes you 4 minutes to do. But if you play for 25 minutes, you'll get 5,000 MT from domination. So it's just kind of a balancing act. I feel like no matter what you guys do, it is definitely rewarding for playing domination. I mean, it 100% is. It just comes down, do you want De'Aaron Fox, right? That's really what it comes down to. If you're going to use De'Aaron Fox, if he's going to be your starting point guard, which I think De'Aaron Fox is solid, then I mean, again, as long as you can win domination, it's not the worst thing you can do. But for me, I definitely think triple threat is probably more rewarding in general. A lot of people might disagree with me, but that's just kind of my personal initial opinion. Plus, if you can find a way to get like Alonzo Mourning, he's probably easier to ultimately get than getting through domination, because even the hardest difficulty in single player for Alonzo Mourning is on All-Star, right? If you go in here, you're gonna have to play the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo on superstar difficulty, which again isn't the easiest thing to do. So for me, kind of how I'd map the road is I would do the whenever you're gonna grind, I would do triple threat first, then clutch time. If you're an offline player, then go to domination, because domination is probably going to be the hardest thing to complete. That's just, again, my personal opinion on it. But no matter what you do, guys, you're not getting just De'Aaron Fox and Pau Gasol. You're getting rewarded for playing the game. And with the way this market is right now, the way it's looking, you're going to need to play the game a ton to afford some of these players. Like, I've played the game a ton, and I still can't afford Al Horford. I've played the game a ton, and I still can't afford most of these guys. It's the way it is, but it's not necessarily what I like to see in general. But again, it is the way 2K is shaped right now. It's kind of a sad deal, but it is what it is right now. I mean, 2K is I don't want to say a pay to win, but right now it's kind of what it's looking like. So, I mean, domination is going to be an important piece to your guys' puzzle if you are trying to build a squad without purchasing players from the ultimate player market right away. Again, that's just kind of the way I personally look at things. And if you are trying to do it like no money spent like I am, again, it's going to be tough to do, right? Because if I bought the $150 version, but I could basically lose all my VC and MT just like that by buying a ruby, buying an amethyst, and that is the tough part with it. So, is domination worth it? I think it's just as worth it as any other game mode. The one thing is you don't want to lose games, and I feel like it's tough to win right now in domination for the average person. If I'm struggling with it a little bit, that means the average person probably will as well. Now again, if you get Wemby, if you get Giannis, if you get the right squad out there, it does get a ton easier to do. But as far as I'm concerned right now, domination is very rewarding. The whole game mode is, I just wish the market wasn't so crazy. Again, it's all supply and demand, but when 2K controls it, it's really not. Like in the past, it has been until MT sellers came about, and now it's just really, really tough in general. So try to build at least a decent squad before heading into domination. But yes, even the initial domination, which obviously we can see all the rewards for, is super rewarding. And I bet this next domination is even more rewarding. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on domination down below in the comments. Is it something you guys are wanting to grind or not? Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.